Hi, this is Ike Antonio Thomas, the Executive Director here at Solita's House. I wanted to come on just to give you a quick overview of some of our programs and how they work. It can be a little bit confusing, especially if you're interested in the steps to purchasing a house. So here are the quick steps. First step, you're going to register for our home buyer education class. If you're interested in purchasing a house, you're going to register for our home buyer education class. The classes are free right now, and you register on our website, www.solitashouse.org. Once you have registered, you followed all the instructions, you've gotten your Zoom code, you attend the class. The class are on Saturdays, and they're in a whole 8 hours. Lots of information. In that class, you're going to learn the different resources that are available through the city of Tampa, Hillsborough County, and surrounding counties when it comes to programs to purchase a house. You're also going to learn the basic steps to the home buyer education class. After you have successfully attended that workshop, you will receive a certificate in an email that we send you. We usually send that email out 7 days after you have taken the class. Once you've taken the class and you've gotten a certificate, you have the option, and let me say this again because it is an option, you have the option to continue and take pre-purchase housing counseling. It is not a requirement, it is an option. Most of our clients do it only because they want someone to advocate and help them along the way to their journey to homeownership. So you get the email, you get a link in the email for you to schedule what's called an intake, and that's step number 2. So step number 1 is to successfully complete your home buyer education class. Step number 2 is to attend an intake appointment. An intake appointment is for us to gather all of your documents that will be necessary so that the housing counselor can make an assessment of how ready you are for home ownership. So that's step 2. Step 2 is intake, and intake is in person. If you live anywhere near our office, Hillsborough County or Tampa, we do require that you come in person with your documents. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the home buyer education class as well. But that is step 2. Step 2 is intake. When you come to intake and you don't have all the required documents, we will give you a list of what's missing. We will send you on your way, but we will not send you to step 3 until we have all of our documents. And part of this is because we're a nonprofit, and so we have to adhere to a lot of our grant requirements. And our grant requires that we have certain documents for certain clients. So again, we just ask that you work with us to get those documents in so that we can move you to step 3. So what is step 3? Step 3 is you actually meet with your housing counselor. During intake, step 2, let me back up a little bit. During intake, step 2, if you have all your documents, at that point, you will receive your appointment with your housing counselor. Your housing counselor appointment can either be virtual or it can be in person. You decide. But if you're doing a home buyer education counseling appointment, a home buyer counseling appointment virtually, I need you to address this counseling appointment like you would any other business transaction. So we want you to be in a quiet place, be ready to listen to the housing counselor, be able to give her, any of your financial or credit information. So you don't want to be around a bunch of people that can hear any of your personal information. So you want to have pen and paper ready. You want to have your questions ready. So you want to be prepared for that housing counseling appointment. During that housing counseling appointment, the counselor is going to review and assess the documents that you submitted to us during intake. And then at that time, they're going to help you to determine whether or not you're ready for home ownership, or if you're ready to be referred to the city of Tampa DARE, which this becomes a little confusing because sometimes clients think that because I did a housing counseling appointment, I'm automatically going to get money with the city of Tampa DARE, and that is not true. In order to be referred to the DARE program, there are certain criteria that you have to meet. One of those is that you have to continuously meet with your housing counselor until your housing counselor deem you ready to go to apply for DARE. If you are ready to apply for DARE, then the counselor will submit an internal referral to our DARE department and get you going on that way. For more information about what happens to DARE, go to our website and click the link DARE information. Thanks so much for listening.